Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of American Truck Simulator. Today I'm currently still in Kayenta, Arizona, and I have a new trip of an office container, about 34,000 pounds going to San Diego. So we're finally heading out of Arizona. We should be getting $17,000. We have 28 hours to complete this job. This is a rushed job. It's an urgent job. So we're gonna need to try to go as fast as possible. We need to rest in 13 hours, so we're going to need to rest along the way. But I have a little bit of a plan. It's 682 miles, 17 hours it should take us. That's not including sleeping. So this is the destination point that it wants to take us. But there's a couple things that I want to stop off and take a look at. One of the things is there is a... there's Flagstaff. Wonder if it's worth doing. If we can come up through here first, that'll be nice, because then we can discover that there's a truck dealership in Flagstaff, which I missed. Then we can go through Flagstaff, and then hopefully we can plan a way to come through Ehrenberg, which seems to be just a very quick truck stop. So, I think we went... okay, 766 miles, we'll reset it, 682. So we're definitely adding more mileage by going out of our way to do these, but at least I'll discover some of the things that I want to discover before I leave this area, which is the truck dealership in Flagstaff and Ehrenberg before we leave Arizona completely, and then we'll work our way to San Diego, and then we'll be back in California, and then hopefully we can find a trip from San Diego all the way up to Ukiah or Hornbrook. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to add almost 100 miles onto our rushed job as it is, just to discover these two things. So without further ado, let's go ahead and start the trip. See how this is going to go. This is a little bit heavier than the plows that I was hauling. A little bit. It's actually a lot heavier. And this is going to be a very interesting exit. It's one of these exits that is these super thin, narrow, like scales practically. So it's going to be a very weird thing to kind of get the truck onto, especially straight. That's the hardest part. Very bumpy road too. Watch this trailer. Don't want to go too crazy. Okay. See if we can do this in one shot without having to back up. All right, we need to turn sharply here. Hard to see. I can't see where the front of the truck is. I wish I could stick my head out and look down, which I can't do. Okay. I need to come over on this side a little bit. Oh, okay. Oh, we're hitting the sides. Good thing I'm just coasting. There we go. Now I need to give it some gas to get up over this. Bring that back end over. There we go. And we're out. Yep, we made it. Okay, good. I was a little concerned about the exit to that place. Those things can be treacherous. Treacherous? Treacherous. Those things can be difficult. Getting out of those little scale exits, especially depending on what you're hauling. And that pickup point was literally right around the corner, so I knew I had to just do a big U-turn. Luckily, we did it pretty successfully. I'm assuming it's because of the day cab. I'm marking everything up as the day cab's awesome. But who knows? I know that with the W900, that thing would have been difficult to get out, because that would not have been a single U-turn point. That would have had to been multiple point turn, and yeah, it's bad. So anyway, let's see, where are we delivering this to? We're going to Buteman. We're leaving Coastal Mining. So kind of one mining place to a construction place. No. Wait for the truck. We're not going to be able to get out in front of it. The nice cab over. I thought about using a cab over. There's like an international cab over mod. I'm just not sure if I'm wanting to go back to a cab over, to be honest. After ETS2 and having cab overs for so long, kind of feel like not going back. And then again, also all the cab overs are not day cabs. They're sleepers, which I guess would be fine because you're in a cab over, but that rear window, this rear window, oh, gonna save me, especially when backing this thing up, because luckily it's on a flatbed, kind of. But we might be able to see that corner when backing in blind if we're going to have to do that, which more than likely we're going to have to do that. Take a look at the outside of the trailer. It's pretty cool. Very spread out axles back there. Almost ran into a cop as well. Jesus. All right, let's start paying attention a little more what I'm doing. So this is going to be a very long journey. I don't know if we're going to be able to complete it all in this episode, but we're going to try to do as much as we can. I also feel like we're going south. I felt like we were going north for some reason. I'm not sure why. Do I still have my cruise set for 60? No, I don't. Go ahead and set my cruise for 60. Bam. That's 59. 60. There we go. Speed limit 65. 60 is comfortable enough for me. Ooh, that was fast jet. There it is. 2 of them. Flying. Holy shit. That was amazing. Wow. That happened out of nowhere. I saw one and I saw that it went behind my windscreen, and then I saw a second one and I was like, oh, I can see that one. That was cool. That was awesome. What is this? 65, okay. Just a dirt road turn off. I was wondering what was happening. So yeah, one of the things that I kind of briefly wanted to talk about was I get asked a lot. I think one of the major questions I get asked, I know I talked about like what I get asked on Instagram a lot, but what I get asked in general just on everything, Twitter, Instagram, just everything, is vlogging. People want me to vlog really bad, and I know people want me to vlog. I did it a little while back, but there wasn't much going on that I could fill up with a vlog video. I worked most of the time, didn't really do much besides work, so there wasn't really much to vlog. Now I'm a lot busier. Not so much. I wouldn't say busier, but I do my job, I do work, and then I go out and I do things. So I'm out doing a lot more different things. So there's definitely a lot more to vlog. The only thing is, it's a weird. I'm trying to figure out how to phrase this properly. It's one of those things where YouTubing is technically work for me, even though I really enjoy doing it and I love doing it. It's still technically work. I still have to think about getting videos done and all that sort of thing. So when it comes to vlogging, I think of vlogging as work, because you're trying to get videos, you're trying to work on videos, and that is one of my main concerns pretty much throughout the week, is making sure I have videos done. So to then on the weekends pick up a camera, which are supposed to be kind of my days off and relax and mentally recharge myself, to then pick up a camera on the weekends and then also still worry about videos and go, well, I want to make sure that this vlog has enough content, and what am I doing, and does it make sense? And there's points where you can vlog saying you're going to go do something, and then when you get there you forget to do it, then you missed out, then that first part is kind of gone. And so there's all these different things that kind of come into play. And my main thing is, I really like my weekends off. I really like to be able to recharge my brain and just get myself away from the computer and just kind of give myself a new fresh start to the week. So when Monday comes around, I'm not going, oh man, Monday. I'm going, okay, it's Monday. It's time to work, time to get back into the swing of the weekly work flow. And I just think that if I were to be either holding a camera in my hands, for whatever reason, throughout the weekend, it would just, some of the activities that we would be doing would stop turning into kind of fun and random activities, and they could possibly start turning into work, because we're trying to make sure that we can get the right footage and the right content and all that stuff. I'm not against it. I'm not against vlogging. I know it might sound like that by the way I'm talking, but I want to make sure I can do it right and do it properly. Something where I can still have my time off and my time away, in my life, and not have to worry about also getting videos done all the time. It's a weird situation because, we do a lot of things, but we also sometimes don't do a lot of things. There'll be good points of when we're working on a car, get this done, show the before and after, and blah, blah, blah. But there's also times where you're in the middle of a job and the last thing you want to do is have to whip out a camera and show the progress of something that you're doing. It would just add more stress than that situation needs or already has. So yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things. I've been trying to think about how I can balance that. I know it's a thing that a lot of people really want, but it's also a thing of I might start, if I do decide to do vlogging, I might start a second channel to put all that stuff on there, just because I know there's people interested in what I do in my spare time and stuff like that, but I know that there's a lot of people that aren't. Just as much as there isn't. That's just how it works. And I feel like putting my channel that is primarily gaming, I feel like putting vlogs on there just might kind of just interrupt the flow of the channel of just like, this is gaming. So I think if I do decide to do vlogging more regularly, or, you know, turn it into a thing, then I want to make sure that, you know, I have a second place to put that on there. So it'll be specifically for vlogging, so people will come to that channel knowing that, hey, this is not going to be any gaming. This is going to be me vlogging in my life and everything. But like I said, I'm trying to figure out a way that I can kind of manage both. I don't want to spend my life looking through a camera lens, if that makes sense. You know, I don't want to be seeing something amazing and, you know, watch it through the camera lens and not through my eyes. I've never been one of those people that have like seen something awesome and I've instantly taken out my phone and it's like, got a picture, record this or something. I'm not typically one of those people. So I don't know. I just think that it would be a weird adjustment, and I would have to try to figure out how to manage it. I know a lot of people really want to see it, and that's why I've been considering it so much, is because you guys have been asking for it so much. I just, as of right now, I haven't been able to successfully think of a way that I feel comfortable to know that I can still get my time off, still get my time to relax, still get my time to kind of shut my brain off and everything from work and YouTube and making videos, but also still bring you guys vlogs. Because, like I said, a lot of people want them. So there we go. We're actually in Flagstaff. We just discovered the Peterbilt dealership, which is kind of why we came into Flagstaff. I just wanted to make sure that before we left, we had discovered another dealer, because that probably will come in handy later on. So now we just got to leave Flagstaff, and let's hope that it didn't put too much of a time constraint on us by coming through here. But yeah, so it's something that I'm considering. I don't know when or if at all that's going to happen, but I've been trying to think about how we do things and how sometimes chaotic things can get when we're doing things. A good example is just working on cars. Things just get chaotic. Tools everywhere, you know, things everywhere, parts everywhere. We're trying to just manage what we're doing at that moment. So I feel like throwing a camera in that mix, yeah, unless that camera is going to be stationary, which is very possible. That's a consideration. And I know Polecat is wanting to kind of break into possibly the world of vlogging, or just the world of just real life, you know, videos of what we might be up to at that moment. So I think if he also decides to take the step to start doing something like that, it will really make me take the step into start doing something like that, because it would be much easier if we both were kind of on the same agenda of, okay, well, we understand that we're both going to end up vlogging whatever we end up doing. It'll just be an easier thing of, you know, instead of we're doing something and Polecat's, you know, trying to do something, I'm over there with a camera in his face, like, hey, what are you doing? And he's like, I don't want to deal with this right now. You know, but if two people have cameras, he'll go, okay, this is what we have to do to get these videos done. So I don't know. It's something that I've been really considering, and I just kind of wanted to briefly go over what I am thinking in my head in terms of getting videos done and possibly getting vlogs done and still having spare time. It's difficult. So, I was gonna go because that car was turning left. I was gonna go. Oh, this guy's going. I'm going. Kind of had to sneak around that truck, but that's all right. We made it. I need to get out of Flagstaff as fast as possible because this is not an area that we needed to go through. And I know if people were keep an eye on this trailer somehow, some GPS coordinates on this trailer, if I were the people wanting this office, I'd be like, why the hell is it in Flagstaff? Why is the driver going through Flagstaff? That's completely unnecessary. Ehrenberg, yeah, that's possible. That could just be the way that I decided to go. But Flagstaff, no, that was completely out of the way. I could have just stayed on the highway and it would have been a lot better. We also need fuel. We're getting pretty low on fuel. That's going to be a little bit of a concern. So, I don't know. We'll try to figure it out. Maybe the next fuel station too is where we're going to end this episode, depending on how far away it is, end this trip. It does look like we have a rest area coming up, but it doesn't look like that has a gas station. There is a gas station way down there, so we'll just keep going until we see signs for it, but we do need to stop and get fuel. We're good on sleep. We don't need to get any sleep. Speed limit is 75. And I do have the truck speed limit on, too. This is the one in the GPS is supposed to tell me what the speed limit is for the trucks. Which 75 would be a little ridiculous. I'm going to pass the this driver, this Goodwill driver. This is a really nice highway. Check this out. Like this split 2-lane highway, kind of curvy, in a little hilly, foresty area. That's really cool. I want to see some of these roads in real life. After seeing this guy that I mentioned in the last video, Bandy Graham, the guy that's taking his Miata on a 7,000-mile road trip, it's really made me want to take my Miata on a road trip and just say fuck it, and just take a 21-year-old car and just take it on a road trip. Why not? Just see what happens. See how far you get. Drive somewhere interesting. I don't know if I'd ever... not that I would... No, I was going to say, I don't know if I'd ever leave California. I would leave California, absolutely, but for a road trip like that, I think the first test would be just doing something in California. California is a very big state. Very big. You can have a very big road trip and just still be in the state of California, so... I don't know. Maybe it needs to prove itself. The longest I've ever driven the Miata is 3.5 hours, and that was... from the Bay Area to a place called Pollock Pines, which is very far, almost to Nevada practically. I was starting to see signs for Nevada, and that was when Jeff was in town. Oh god, this lady is not, or this person, I don't know why it's instantly a lady. Oh god, that's not good. There we go, let's get around the cement mixer. But that was when Jeff came into town, and he was visiting for about a week. So I went up there to visit him and Nicole, and that was a lot of fun. It was a really nice drive. I remember I decided to take the back way. There's a classic way that everybody takes from the Bay Area to Sacramento, it was past Sacramento, so everyone kind of takes the same standard route up there. I actually looked it up and decided to go a back way, which... at one point was very scary because it turned into the middle of nowhere and I had no cell service and there was very rarely cars around me and it was very hot and I was in a 21-year-old car and I'm going, I don't know if this is going to be possible for me to make it there, and I'm thinking if something were to happen, overheat or anything, I'm stranded. So that part was scary, but it was one of those adventure scares. One of those things where you go out and you do something weird or you do something different, something you're not comfortable with, and you have a moment like that where you think, oh my god, what am I doing? I should have just gone the normal way. I shouldn't have tried to come this back way. But I'm really glad that I did, because after about 2 hours of just what seemed like, after getting out of the city practically and then entering this kind of flat no man's land. After getting through that, taking the back way, I got onto some of the most beautiful mountain foresty roads that I have ever seen. It was amazing. And there wasn't much traffic, so I was able to, the nice twisty roads, and in a Miata, that's heaven. But I had these nice, beautiful, like, pine trees everywhere, and it was just, it turned out to be amazing and a really fun drive. But there was a moment there where I was like, this is not a good idea. And I kind of want, weirdly, I kind of want one of those moments again. I want to take my car on a trip somewhere and just see what happens. Just see if it makes it. Obviously, that would be a great thing to vlog. That would be very nice because I wouldn't be working on anything. It would take a couple days. I would, you know, the only thing I could really do would be vlog or nothing or just drive. But that would be, if I were to go on a trip like that, a good distance, that would definitely be something I would vlog. Yellow light. It's all right. We're in the middle of this ghost town. Nobody even knows that we're here. Just cutting through to get to another highway, it seems. But yeah, so it was fun. It was scary, but it was worth it. And I really did enjoy it. So, hold on. Really quickly, we're going to attempt. I have 189 miles left on my fuel tank. 33 gallons. We're pretty close to Ehrenberg. If I get on the highway here, which I think we're going to do, we might be able to end this episode in Ehrenberg, which would be actually pretty cool because Ehrenberg seems to be kind of a truck stop. So if we can go to Ehrenberg, get some fuel, and probably rest there if we're going to end up needing to rest. 6 hours, I don't know if we're going to end up needing to rest, but we can end up stopping there, which would be a pretty good place to stop. Big Safeway truck and a Shell truck, possibly. So this is another turn off here that we probably don't need to be going, but we're going. We're going to go to Ehrenberg. I want to visit all the Arizona states. But yeah, I kind of want one of those trips, and that would be there has been times we're running out of fuel. There has been times that vlogging could have happened with some of the things that Polecat and myself have done, and we always kind of mention it. We always kind of go, yeah, we should just pick up a camera and just start vlogging some of the stuff that we're doing, because some of it's pretty interesting. You know, there's times where things can get interesting. There's also times where no, it's not, and it's boring. But like a good example was we drove up to Sacramento one day to pick up a new rear bumper for Polecat's Miata, and that was a good, I don't know, what was that, an hour and a half, almost 2 hour drive? That would have been a great time. We were both in the same car. Yeah, it was just, you know, it was a perfect time to bring a camera and kind of just have a little fun and show how extremely hot it was and how late the guy that we were meeting was and how sketchy Craigslist is. It wasn't a sketchy situation. I'm not saying that. It was just, we got there, we told the guy that we were on the way, we told the guy we were coming from about 2 hours away, you know, everything. We got there, and we told the guy that we're, you know, we kept him updated, like, hey, 20 minutes out, you know, 10 minutes out, getting there, closer. Then we get there, and we're like, hey, we're here, you know, how far are you out? And he goes, oh, I'm having some issues with my truck, I'll be there in 20. Okay, well, we ended up, the Polecat's Crown Vic, we drove his Crown Vic up there, and we ended up, mine was still in the paint shop at this point, but we ended up having to drive the Crown Vic around this like industrial park area that this guy wanted to meet us at. It was weird, because the AC, it was so hot, the AC was just heat soaking in the engine, and it was just causing the AC to warm up every time we were sitting somewhere. So we just had to drive around. So practically 2 guys in a white Crown Vic driving around this industrial park area. People probably thinking it's like under investigation, or like cops are like doing a patrol in this area. I don't know what people might have been thinking, but we passed the same people multiple times, so they were probably thinking something weird. But we ended up sitting around for, oh God, I don't know, it was probably 30 minutes, if that, maybe more, 30, 40 minutes. And then finally, not even the guy that we originally talked to showed up. Somebody else showed up. But it was worth it because they had this dream garage, one of those places, one of those garages that you rent that is just huge. It had a second story inside. It had like a little office. This place would have been so amazing to be able to rent out and work on cars in there. And they had it full of parts, Miata parts, and all of other different. It was just, it was really cool to see. it was just heaven. I actually put a picture on it on my Snapchat, which is definitely gone by now. That was a while back. But yeah, it was a cool experience, and that would have been a great time to bring a camera and vlog. It was one of those things that we just, didn't think about it until it was kind of already either happening or over. We were just like, well, why didn't we? We should have bring a camera. So, I don't know. Vlogging, it's definitely still up in the air right now. I'm trying to figure it out. It could definitely happen, or it could not. I need to figure out how I want to do it. So I'll definitely keep you guys updated though. I'm not just gonna go off and make a second channel and put vlogs on it and not tell anybody about it. So, all right, we are now in Ehrenberg, Copper State Achievement unlocked. We went ahead and got all the achievements. Let's just quickly pull into, I know I'm pulling into the exit here, but I just wanted to make sure that we were gonna get that checkpoint so it's not sitting on my map. And then we'll fill up and we'll park our truck at this truck stop, and then we'll continue the journey in the morning. And here we go. Gonna park in a little crooked. You know what? We're good here. Let's just go and turn it off. Let's see how much. So we're pretty low. We're below 30 gallons. So we're probably gonna end up getting about, I'm gonna say 280 gallons. I think is what we're gonna end up getting. I don't know, because I think I just messed it up. I always get rid of the little menu when I'm getting gas, and then it doesn't ever tell me. You can't get back to that menu, which is annoying, to say the least. All right, so we're full. I don't know how many gallons we got. Oh, we only have a 200 gallon tank, so we probably only got about 180 gallons. So get charged for whatever 180 gallons is, and let's go and try to find a spot here to stop. We'll just go and pull in between these two guys. Parking lights on. I really do enjoy this game. I really do enjoy trucking. It's just, it's a lot of fun. And now that I'm stopping another trip halfway through, I'm going to have the same thing as last time, where I'm going to go, man, I really want to play, but I can't because I got to record it. All right, so, or I could just finish off this run and then play whenever I wanted afterwards. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how today goes. I still have quite a bit to do. But we're going to go ahead and end it here. We're in Ehrenberg, found all the cities in Arizona, which is awesome. And we are going to work our way to San Diego. It's very nice to see this all yellow. I remember when it was brand new, not a road discovered that we had been on, which is pretty cool that we can say that we have all the cities. So we'll go to San Diego in the next episode, and then from there, we'll probably work our way up Northern California, and start discovering those last little bits. We only have 312 miles left, which is a pretty short trip, so... But we'll continue that next time. This episode's already going to be pretty long as it is. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Remember to hit the like button. It really does help me out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.